Yeah, she's waiting to zoom a rumor. We got a letter from the firefighters. There's 6 or 7 of them. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Are we good? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our regular meeting of February the 1st, 2022. I want to welcome everyone that's on Zoom to our meeting. Does any member of council have any pecuniary or financial interest to declare? Welcome, Mr. Jeffrey. We're glad that you're able to join us this evening. You look quite comfortable.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
It's good.
Yeah, he's still on mute.
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably telling her.
Okay. Everybody's had an opportunity to see the minutes of our regular meeting, January 18th. Is there any errors or omissions? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion.
Moved by Debbie Kuklinski, second by Carl Keel, motion to approve minutes of regular meeting held on January 18th, 2022.
Discussion? All those in favor? John, are you okay with the minutes? Okay?
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna move on to reports. So Dean, we're gonna have you tonight. Yeah, thank you guys. Just keep me in line here. When I'm just say me. Okay, so Chris, hi, how are you this evening?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Good. Can we have your report, please?
Absolutely. So just a reminder to council that we will be doing the electric vehicle charging station
Saturday?
Saturday, February 5th at 10 o'clock at the Business Information Center. Okay, so this beautiful diagram that you see in front of you is the BIA boundary, and it goes along with this letter that I've attached here titled Formal Request for BIA Designation. So basically what this is in the process of establishing a BIA. It is required by the Municipal Act to formally request to council a request for a BIA designation. Everything in here we've already discussed. However, this is just a formality. So in this letter, I'll just go through it. You can read it at your leisure and get back to me if you have any comments or questions. But basically what it's doing is outlining the things that we have to do as a BIA. Number one being support, proving that we have support from the community. And how I've done that is I've basically gone and canvassed and called and met all the business owners in this area right here. So how it will work is basically anyone in this catchment area that owns a commercial property will be under the potential BIA levy, which means they would support the budget for the BIA. And I'll get to that in the letter. So all it's saying is basically the support that we've been able to drum up, which you're all aware of as I've been updating you on the BIA. The second piece is governance. This is new. So as part of the requirement for a BIA, we've set a chair, a vice chair, treasurer, secretary, and a municipal representative. In the future, there will also be a place in the bylaw for a municipal representative from council. So please keep that on your radar. If you'd like to participate in that, that is will be available moving forward, and you'll see how that all works into basically the next steps, which I'll explain. So here, Brooke Trembach is our chair, vice chair is Danny Harrington, treasurer Melissa Trembach, Bill Smith, and of course, municipal representative myself. This is the really important part, this proposed boundaries. So actually had a lovely conversation with Kay Matthews, who is the educator for the Ontario BIA Association. And originally I had planned to basically draw it out following over on talking with her based on our rural area and potential development. We decided to just choose Ward 1, which is already a pre-established boundary, which would be Killaloe and the surrounding areas as outlined. I have an extra copy right here, yep.
I'm missing that page.
Sorry, Chris.
No, of course, my apologies.
It's better than that.
That's okay.
Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So basically, this blue area, which is Ward 1, any business in this area, which anyone who has a commercial property, and pays commercial property tax levied under this proposed bylaw. Okay. Next piece, the budget. This is already under this, but again, this is a formality. So the Killaloe BIA has established a budget of $2,000. That budget is split into the cost of a movie license, $400 a piece. We're gonna have 5 events, and so 5 movie nights equals $2,000. And then finally, in closing, it's just basically that we're looking forward to moving forward with the municipality and getting a BIA going here. Now, again, all of that is part of steps that we are legally obligated to do to become a BIA. So if we turn the page to next steps, all this will make sense in this context. So I've already gone and canvassed Killaloe businesses, made phone calls as well as the commitments that we have. We're fairly confident that to be able to be approved, 75% of the businesses in that area have to be okay with the BIA. We've already done the legwork, so we know that businesses or the property owners are okay with this. So this is why we're stepping forward to this next step, which will be step 7 in the process. Step 8 is the next place that we're going to go after this. So step 8 is the notification of a proposed BIA designation. So the first step of this process will be that we send out a letter to all the commercial property owners in that catchment area. They'll have 30 days to inform their tenants of the proposal, and there will probably be maybe only 1 or 2 cases like this. But say, for example, you had 3 properties on the same, or 3 businesses on the same lot. How that works then is that the landowner has to report back to us within 30 days what portion of the commercial property tax that they are paying and the value of that assessment. Now, where that all comes in is in this brochure here for the second page, which basically explains how the budget works. And it's it has to do with the assessment value of the property. So that's why it's important for us to know what that assessment value is. That's why we give the landowner 30 days. Then after that 30 days, we have another 60 days, and that's your regular bylaw notice. That's when we would put it in the paper, and we would mail it out to all the property owners and basically say, this is the proposed bylaw. If you have any comments or you would like to oppose this, please contact us within 60 days of this notice. So, and then step 9, after that, if we don't hear back from, if 25% of the population, sorry, 75% of the property owners approve, then we're good to go. And then we pass the bylaw, just like a regular bylaw. And then we will officially have a BIA. The good news about this is, having reached out to the Ontario BIA Association, as well as our neighbors in Madawaska Valley, we pretty much have all these documents already. We have the bylaws, we have the letters, we have all this stuff. So a lot of this stuff is already set up. We basically just have to apply it for our own purposes. But I'll be working with Sue and Tyler to basically come up with this bylaw. This process right now is just a formality of formally bringing it to council. Basically everything that I've already explained as we've been going through. Step 7 is a formality, so that it's properly legally proposed to council. Everything in writing, basically what we've been talking about the last couple of months. So please read through that at your leisure. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer. But as I mentioned before, all this stuff is stuff that I've been updating you on and keeping involved with the BIA. Okay, Killu Ring. Unfortunately, due to a death in the family, Jeff, our ice maintenance person, has been away from his duties since January. So I've actually been keeping up with the ice maintenance in his absence. And I learned how to drive the Olympia and keeping her going in Killu. So that's good.
Good for you, good for you.
Yeah,
You're
so.
diverse, you're very diverse.
Yes, and it's good. I think it was a good thing to learn how to do it. So now that there's an emergency,
Backup.
I know how to operate the Olympia. And it was pretty fun to do as well. So, so Jeff is expected to return next week. And just an update on the rinks as well, both KPS and St. Andrew's Catholic School are now using ice during the day. So it's getting very well. Okay, moving forward, the OBIA conference. I'm moving ahead of these on budget because there's early bird prices for a lot of this stuff. And I don't want to miss out on the savings for that. The first one being the OBIAA conference, which is the Ontario BIA Association. Having talked with Kay Matthews, I really feel confident that this is going to be a very good conference for me to go to, specifically because we are starting a BIA the first year. Networking, number one, just like any conference or anything, is extremely important. However, it is also a trade show. They'll have speakers, exhibitions, peer support, marketing, and especially since we're a new BIA. So there's lots of workshops of how to utilize your BIA. There's all kinds of new things that people all over Ontario are doing. So I feel very strongly that this is an important conference that I should be at, especially if it's our first year as a BIA, to learn from our peers and make connections, because just like we've borrowed things from Madawaska Valley and the other BIA, having those connections is going to help us move forward in this new landscape of the BIA and learn exactly how other small areas utilize this really big power for the, which is the BIA. So I'm just bringing that forward because there is significant savings for the early bird. And so that's why I'm bringing it ahead of budget to basically bring this to council. On that same note, there's another conference. These were the only conferences that I'm thus far planning on going to. And I feel that, again, it's really important. This is Economic Developers Council of Ontario. Again, important to get ahead of the price because of the early bird. This one, so I haven't got to go to my schooling for economic development. I've missed out on the networking, and a lot of my peers are going to be at this. I can't, the ability to be able to meet and talk with people who are doing what I'm doing is key. And I've already got so much information that I've been using and bringing back here. I just feel it's extremely important for me to connect with my peers. Myself, I'm a big networker. So I feel like it'd be extremely valuable, not only for myself, for the municipality, as well as marketing the municipality to other areas. Again, there will be networking, workshops. I'll get to meet my educators who have been educating me along the process here, meeting my peers, lots of really good guest speakers for small rural areas as well as big areas, the exhibitions, trade show, peer support, and marketing. So these two conferences, I feel I would be bringing an extreme value to the municipality by the networking, but also the education piece that is incorporated with this. And the reason why I'm bringing these forward again is because of the savings that will be accompanied by doing it early. So the next thing is the summer students. So I apologize. I realized that I wasn't really relaying my message, exactly kind of where I was going with this. After talking with the mayor, I've kind of brought a more concrete plan back to council. You'll notice it's called community planner. That's because that's what I've already applied for the Canada Summer Jobs. And the reason for that is because we can deny it. If we don't want to have this position, we can not take the funding. But I didn't want to miss out on a grant opportunity for this. And I'll also be applying for the Canada Summer Experience. If you remember last time, I wasn't sure if you would be able to apply for both. However, I figured it out now. You can apply for both grants for this purpose. So I'll just read it out here. The community planner will focus on future planning and development to help the municipality reach its 5- and 10-year goals set out in our strategic action plan. Working under the direct supervision of the community development and document management coordinators, the community planner will assist in research planning for future projects such as park development, beautification project, capital projects, community projects, tourism projects, retrofits, active transport studies, business retention studies, and many other development projects as directed. They will also assist in researching new grant and funding opportunities for these projects, and at times will work closely with community groups and volunteers to assist in their planning needs for development of new projects and community initiatives. The student will learn new digital skills to help create shovel-ready projects for the municipality and our community partners, and will be required to communicate with all parties and council on new developments. They will need to work collaboratively with all partners and will be required to take a leadership role to assist the municipality and its community partners to help plan and develop new and exciting projects. In the notes, I've also changed this with a 12-week term, which is more attractive to students looking to apply for this position. Again, in the notes, I have applied for this position both under the canvas for jobs and the summer experience, hoping to recoup significant portion, if not all, of the cost of the position. So I hope that is a little bit more straightforward with kind of where I'm trying to go with this. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer about that. Finally, other updates. We do have a recreation meeting on the 7th. The Rural Community Cooperative Group will be meeting February 8th. Renfrew County and Recreation Facilities meeting is February 10th. And Snowdown 2022 is open till March 18th. That's my report.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Let's
welcome.
go to his report then from the start, the EV charging stations, so everybody that can be there. Saturday at 10 o'clock, this is Visitor Information Center on this Saturday. Any questions on that? The BIA is presentation on the BIA.
I just have one question. I'll explain it. Why wouldn't we just use the whole township? Just use Ward 1?
We could do that. It would have been, the idea was that it is more Killaloe centralized because that's where the business group is right now. Normally you wouldn't do this big of a swath of an area. It would be specifically, so if I can paint a picture in your mind, from Highway 60 to the end, basically where the Fresh Mart is, would be a piece of the boundary, then all of Lake Street, all of Cameron Street, all of Mill Street, and all of North Street. However, upon talking with the representative, they said that I should make a bigger catchment area so that we can facilitate future growth, as well as make it a little bit more easy, because usually they would use better established boundaries. Because we were so small, I was trying to create this with the roads. So this was their recommendation to do it this way. This is what the Ontario BIA Association recommended.
But what if other businesses in our township want to join? You wouldn't deny them that? would
No,
you?
they would not. They would be able to join. Basically, the purpose of this catchment area is to just pay for the $2,000 budget. There's no reason why they can't participate or donate. They're welcome to come to meetings. They're welcome to get on our mailing list. They're welcome to participate in our events. Everyone will be included in this, but because there is a core group in Killaloe that is going through with this, that's why we centralized it in the village area of Killaloe. And the only reason why it's bigger was because they recommended doing that. In the future,
I think Ted's point was, why aren't you going bigger, not smaller?
we could go bigger. We would have to do a bit more research to see if people would be interested in that. In the future, though, we can expand.
You can expand?
That was my
Yes.
second question.
In the
That
future,
was-
we can.
I had a big question right here, because it's all or nothing. right? Oh, okay, so.
So we do have that
Probably
option.
better to get it going like this.
That's right.
Yes.
Now I got it. Okay,
Okay.
all right. Any further questions on the BIA? John, you're good?
Yes,
Thank you. Killaloe Rink, any comments or questions about the Killaloe Rink? Thank you, oh, sorry,
yeah, I was just gonna say thank you, Chris, for
Filling
jumping
in.
in there and looking after that.
No problem.
Period of time, yeah.
No problem.
I'm sure the people using that really appreciate
really
it.
appreciate that you did that.
Thanks for calling.
Debbie?
It's not specific to the Killaloe rink, but I seen on, I don't know if it was Madawaska Valley's post, that there's like a partnership, something with the rinks. Is it decorating the rinks? And our name was mentioned in that
Oh,
post.
I heard about this. This is an old post. I guess it's was it Facebook?
Yeah, it's Facebook, I seen it.
Yeah,
You hadn't told us. and I
That's
thought-
what I was wondering, because I
I-
thought Chris would have
Yeah, you
said if
probably
we were
mentioned
doing
it
something
tonight.
with.
No, last year, I believe it was Barry's Bay Recreation Committee did a rink
It's like a
contest.
decorating.
It was like a decorating
Yeah.
contest, and it's somehow resurfaced, but it's not a real event,
Oh, okay.
as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Yeah, it was from last year, so.
Oh, okay. I just that it popped up and I went, oh, this is something. I
Remember me? Oh, no, sorry,
No, but that's okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Anything else on the rink? The first conference, the OBIAA conference? Show of hands?
Just a question. Do we have, I know that, well, you haven't presented your budget yet, but I know that we had money in there for training and stuff like this, right? So.
And that's what he just indicated, he's not planning on doing the schooling this year, so.
I will do a little bit of.
No, but the big chunk that.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you.
Where's-
Where are they?
Anybody-
Where are they?
The first one is in Niagara, and the second one is in downtown Toronto.
So council, I would like to go to these as well. I don't know if I can go to the April one because I'm going.
They're both in April.
Eh?
They're both in April.
Yeah, but the roads is in April too.
Okay, well, you said, I don't know if I can go to the one in April, but they're both in
No,
April.
and the one in April,
The
that's
fifth to
the
the seventh,
roads.
is that the fifth to the seventh? That's the EDCO one.
Yeah, when is the February? When's the good roads? Oh, April.
February 17th.
When?
April.
Oh, April, sorry.
At the same time as over. Oh,
It's the week before.
okay. So council, can I go to both of those? Because I always go to many and now I haven't gone for a couple of years.
Okay, so, yeah, because the overage right after this one?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, so
No, I'll
then
come
you will miss the council meeting then
I'll
on the
miss the
fifth.
council meeting.
Yeah, that's the one that we had, okay.
And then I'll be back for the next one. Show of hands, guys, that I can go. No, you have a problem, Kat?
Lift on his little finger.
No, concerning that. Thank you.
Little finger.
Could you book me for that other one? Okay, then we're moving on to the summer student. Congratulations, that's perfect. Very good, you did a good job. I think you'll get lots more response with that kind of focus. Any questions? Show of hands, so we go ahead, he's applied for the money, good. Okay, recreation meeting. February 7th. Oh, sorry, John, did you have a comment?
Pardon?
Did you have a comment?
No,
Oh, okay, sorry, it's back feed, okay.
Yeah.
Recreation on the 7th, and that's Ted, Brian, you, and who else? Debbie, okay? Next one's on the 8th, that's when, Chris goes to. The 10th, and snow down. Any questions, further questions on his report as a whole?
We'll give Howard Stern a run for his money on the radio.
Thank you.
Okay, so, thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you very much.
They said yes to everything, so
We'll see you on Saturday.
we'll see you on Saturday at 10
Much
o'clock.
appreciated.
Thank you
Have a
very
wonderful
much.
evening.
Okay, Dean, would you like to give us your report, please?
Sure. We're doing snow removal with the village. We're just sanding and salting as per required. Repairs continue on the equipment, so at the work shed. The truck with the blade is operational after we got the solenoids and everything fixed. It's operational. Our cardboard compactor is now operational as well. And Greenview Environmental submitted reports to AEC for the expansion of Red Rock, and they sent the letters out to surrounding property owners. And that's it, my report.
That's it for your report. Any comments on his report?
Landlord and housing is.
Yes, Chair, yes.
We don't have any bills. Right? No, not the city. No. Anything else, guys? Any? No, nobody has anything? Okay, and you'll stay then so we can do our in. Okay. Is there a reason that Bob's on? Does he want to talk with us? Bob, did you want to speak with council?
no,
Hello, no, I wasn't speaking. I had heard that maybe one of my firefighters might be bringing some paperwork with respect to vaccination program and complaints and all that lovely stuff. So obviously he didn't make a presentation. I was just wondering if it might be under new business or something like that.
It's under our correspondence, so we'll deal with it at that time. Is that the letter he's talking about? Yeah, okay, we'll deal with it as we go to correspondence, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, then, committee reports, could we see the minutes? Oh, Sue, you're up. I missed you. I missed you.
Oh, yeah, me.
Oh, yes. A real nice letter from Johnny.
Okay, so, I have a couple of resolutions.
Okay,
One to adopt all the changes to the human resources
Okay.
policy.
that everybody we had reviewed,
Yeah.
okay? Council, motion on the floor,
Moved by Debbie Kuplinski, seconded by Carl Keel, motion to approve the following changes to the Township of Hillman, Hagerty, Richards Human Resources Policy. General format, spelling revision, update the organization chart, removal of policy D3, the retirement pension plan and registered retirement savings plan program. Number 4, waiver of membership form. Number 5, removal of the working RRSP and its associated attributes from policy B5 probation and D2 long-term disability. Adding a policy D3 Ontario Municipal Employees Retirement System owners. And number 7, revision of the G9 COVID-19 safety in the workplace and vaccination policy.
discussion, all those in favor? Carried. Okay,
Also had the resolution to hire Nathan Manderall for the office assistant position.
okay, so we'll have the motion read and then Debbie can speak to it.
Moved by Debbie Kuplinski, seconded by Carl Keel, motion to hire Nathan Manderall for the position of office assistant of Township of Hagerty, Richards, pending a successful police records check with a 1-year probationary period.
Oh, yeah, Debbie speak to it and then we'll vote.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody has any comments or questions. I know the personnel committee met last week. And as you know, we had several applications. We narrowed it down.
We had 52 or
52
Okay,
52 applications is what we had, yeah. And we narrowed it down and, you know, we had the day of interviews and I think we interviewed, well, we had 5 originally, but some had declined. So Nathan really stood out. He did a really good job. So, yeah,
We're recommending him.
comes highly recommended. Yeah.
Okay. Any further questions before I call for the vote? All those in favor? John, you're good? Thank you. All right, next one.
I have a resolution for the surplus of shoreline application.
Okay,
Moved by Carol Keel, seconded by Ted Brown, that the council of the Township of Hillman, Hagerty, and Richards declares the property described as follows as being surplus to the needs of the municipality. Part of the shoreline rural lands along Round Lake in front of lot 17, concession 13, in the geographic township of Hagerty, in the Township of Hillman, Hagerty, Richards, County of Brantford, more particularly described as Part 1 on Plan 49R 1993, being part of PIN 57527-0066.
all those in favor? Carrie, you okay? Carrie. Okay.
I also had a call from Brian Harrington, who owns property down Water Street.
Mhm.
He has 300 acres and he was wondering, he wanted to put hydro in there. He can't come off the Ruby side because there's no poles. So he wondered if we would be willing to allow him to put the poles in there. He did have to get an easement with Ottawa Urban Power Corporation. And, you know, he'd be responsible for all the survey and legal costs. But he's wondering if council would have any objection.
That's right behind the water treatment plant.
Yeah, and
I don't
he's gonna
see a
go to
problem.
the middle of his property because I guess he's got a well and septic, but
I think council, we should support him. I don't see any problems with putting poles up there. Might open that up a little bit. So further discussion before I call for the
Where
vote.
would the poles be going, like from the water plant?
Yeah. yeah,
I imagine, yeah.
yeah, from the water plant.
Where
Because
does
he-
Maggie get his hydrant? Sorry, excuse me.
He must get it from the other way.
I don't know. I
I don't know either.
I don't know either, but he said he did
Where's my
contact
phone
Hydro
from?
One.
His might come from
That's what I
the
said.
water plant.
Right?
Yeah.
Is there poles down
Well, I think.
He never asked for permission,
there? No.
not since I'm here. Well, if it's on, if he
No, but
goes
I'm
here
just
and
saying.
not.
Must be
There was hydro there before Baggy.
Oh, okay.
Poles must go as far as the water plant.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
oh,
It's
yeah.
all
That's- It's
hydro.
going past
I
there.
think it
There's no
goes,
hydro with Lisk's farm.
it goes across the road to Lisk's farm. And I
No, he
think it
said there
comes-
was-
Just south of the line.
He said there is no hydro.
Well, must have gone.
Well, then what, the tower's there now, the
Oh, yeah.
Orange Tower, that's that tower. I don't know.
Anything further?
No.
Those in favor? It's a go, all right, so they can say yes. Anything else, Sue?
Just that, we met, you and I and Tyler met with, Bruce Howard for the comprehensive zoning. We had a good discussion. There was lots of comments that came out. So Tyler prepared a report and sent it to Bruce, sort of to get the background going before we actually get the maps. So he's suggesting that maybe council meet to review the comments and get direction.
There's so many stuff in, there's so much stuff in there that council needs to decide which way we're going. And before we send the county on which time to go that way, we need them to have clear direction from us. Okay, so that they don't go off and then we're gonna tell them no. And so that evening, we would get all the information and then I would expect that council would make decisions so that Bruce could be then told that this is how the zoning bylaw is gonna proceed and this is how council sees it going. So it has to be a special meeting. It's quite involved. Tyler and Sue did an excellent job. Tyler, I congratulated him. He went through that line by line. He did an excellent job in representing us, but we need to get direction so that, first of all, Tyler knows where we're going and the county knows. So before they start developing a plan and then we're gonna say, oh, no, we don't want that, we don't want this. So I'm suggesting that we take 2 dates and give it to Sue and they do it by Zoom. So then you have any questions and we can vote.
Also, it's a meeting with the county.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
Could we get a package on this?
yeah, well, we'll just give you, Tyler's gonna give you his copy of his suggestions so you can read it through. So you know sort of what he's coming at. And then I guess they could have the other stuff.
Oh, yeah. we can have
You
it.
can have the whole thing. We'll
Yeah.
send you the whole thing.
I think that's for Bible.
Reading material.
Well, you asked, you wanted it.
Okay.
I was trying to say.
This is probably, this is only,
You're begging for it, so.
this is only part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
This is
this
the
is
beginning.
only the little tip of the iceberg.
Will we all get a copy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so could we pick a couple of dates?
I'm thinking evening, right?
Ted, it's too hard for Ted. Okay, between that and my March looks unbooked. March, okay, February.
So when does the county want to start this?
They're working on it. That's when we met with them. They've already started. They've got those things. Okay, what about 16th or the 7th, okay, when's, no, that's March. The drinking day,
St. Pat.
oh yeah,
the drinking-
16th or, and 17th, what if we book?
Are you looking at March?
No, February,
Okay.
March, I'm almost booked
I
up.
was wondering, I thought, okay.
I only have 1 or 2 days left. Okay, 16th and 17th, we'll put both dates and then they can tell us which one suits. Is anybody not able to attend the 16th or 17th? John, are you okay, February? What if, now, do you think you could do 6:30 or 7 better?
Well, I can try 6:30.
No, I'll do 7, we'll do 7. We want everybody here.
So, just book both of them.
Yeah, just.
Mark, tentative 16th, county, official, no, zoning. Okay, and then you could let them know that, okay? That's great, thanks, guys. Anything else, Sue?
No, that's it.
We're gonna move on then to committee reports. So could I get a motion for the minutes?
Moved by Debbie Kaplinski, seconded by Ted Brown, motion to approve the minutes of the personnel committee meeting held on January 6, 2022, open and closed session.
Discussion, all those in favor? Carried. Okay, then we're gonna move on to correspondence. Okay, this is on our desk tonight.
Yeah, that was on your desk, and there's some that was in your packet. The ones in red was in your desk.
Yeah, okay, these are the ones. Do this, we'll do this and then those, okay. First one is from the Solicitor General. Any comment? I'm gonna go through them, and if you want to speak to it or address it, stop me, otherwise I'm gonna keep going. First one is from the Solicitor General. Any comments or questions? Rogers? County Council approves the budget. Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing. And to speak to that, so we got it, like, we got the grant, and Mr. Yakubowski has sent a letter, and I'll read it. Dear Janice, I would like to express my congratulations to your township for receiving funding in the 2022 Ontario Municipal Modernization Program. Your allocation for this year is $55,859, which will towards the modernization of your township's work order management system, or digital system. The provincial funding is for up to 75% of total eligible costs to implement the project and complete a final report that forecasts annual savings and other efficiency outcomes by February 28, 2023. The Ford government launched the MMP to help small and rural municipalities modernize their service delivery and identify new ways to be more efficient and effective. The impacts of the COVID-19 outbreak have made this work more important than ever. I know these funds will be well utilized by your township. Sincerely, John. I'll give you that. Any comments on that? I think we should send him a thank you letter to his government. Then we had a presentation at the county from CNL, and so I asked her to make copies of it. They're asking for our support, a letter of support. I don't know if they included it.
Because this is the job I'm on.
I figured that when she was
The
talking
biggest
about,
facility, yeah.
when she was talking about it, I
Yeah.
figured. I think somewhere they asked for our support.
I
Maybe,
didn't see anything here.
okay, well then maybe they're gonna come
Get
after.
involved in the process and express your support.
It does say express your support. County
Yeah,
of
because
Brantford,
it's the NSDF. That's.
from the County of Brantford, key priorities for the Roma conference. Comments or questions? County Council summary. Oh, that's, I don't know why they do that. We're all supposed,
It's the all strategic planning for the CAO.
Each mayor is responsible to bring a report up. Okay, then, wait, now I'm following my little notes here and I'm not keeping up. Ontario Wildlife. I don't have it. I read it though,
They're just,
It was kind of stuck together, I think, with,
maybe I was reading it and I mixed it up.
with the CNO one. It's
yeah,
close
it's
to
just
that one.
gonna be for the CAO and it's,
Yeah. It's a one pager.
they're gonna increase, if anybody does an application, they're gonna pay them probably $50.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, any comments or questions about that? So then we're gonna go to, the email from Andrew Mass. Council, did you have an opportunity to have a look at it and read through? That's new, it was on our table, so do you want to take a minute to read it? Okay, so everybody's had an opportunity to read it. I just want to remind council that if you recall at the time when COVID started, Mr. Mass contacted our road super. He was very angry that we were not protecting our staff from COVID. And he insisted that we not have two in the truck and that we were very careful that they not get COVID or that they, we were providing safety for all of our employees, which we then, Mr. Holly, then we put barriers and all of those things. So I guess I'd like to remind Mr. Mask, and I think we could send him a note back saying that following through on his complaint back at the early days of COVID, we are continuing to ensure that our staff are safe. That requires them to have the vaccine, and that it's a policy that council has made and we're following through. We appreciate his comments, but council has not changed their mind on our position, and reminding him that we are taking every step, as he insisted on back at the start, that we protect all our employees. Council, is that okay? Anybody disagree with my answer? Okay, thank you very much. Ottawa Valley Trucking, Ottawa Valley Business.
Like you see the truck in the
I've
front.
seen the truck. Comments? I'll remind council that that convoy is against vaccination. But they interviewed 5 truckers on the news, and all 5 of them had a different answer why they were there.
Not for the bear, have vaccination.
No, but the one guy said it's because the vaccinations. The next guy said it's because I'm losing my rights. I'm vaccinated, but I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my rights. And the third one was they wanted, us, the government to open up the doors. The heck with COVID, take it as it is, let's open everything up, and, you know, if you get sick, you get sick,
You
that's,
should be protesting the price of fuel at $1.45.
yes, that's what they should be protesting.
I'll tell you, I was on the phone with a gentleman, he lives in the brick house, not far off of Highway 17. And if you'd have heard the horns blaring through the house, through the phone, and back to me in Ground Lake, it didn't sound to me like a protest, it sounded to me more like a bunch of drunks going home from a big party.
Like, there's way to do things, and I understand their need to, but they, the Truckers Association, all the truckers, the associations all do not support these people. And I, again, council has made our position quite strong that we support vaccination, so if that is their main reason for being there, then. Anyway. Okay, next one is for the Renfrew County, Renfrew County roadmap to reopen. Thank you, Sue, this is well, they did a good job, it's kind of to the point. I'm not reading a whole bunch of. Enhanced proof of vaccination and other requirements continue to apply. Get with it, guys. Okay. Is there anything else, Sue, under? All right, let's move on to bylaws. The first one is just the first and second, and then we'll have the public meeting, we have the third. Okay, could I have a motion for that then?
Moved by Brian Kowski, second by Ted Brown, motion for first and second reading of bylaw 08/2022 being a bylaw to provide for the stopping of and closing of part of the allowance for road along Round Lake 2117. Concession 13 being part 1, plan 49 1993.
All those in favor? Is carried. First reading short, council, please.
Bylaw 08/2022.
Any comments after first reading? Second reading short, council?
Bylaw 08/2022.
Okay, the next one is bylaw 09/2022 into an agreement with the provincial grant. Motion, please.
Moved by Brian Kowski, second by Carl Peel, motion for first and second reading of a bylaw number 09/2022 being a bylaw to authorize the execution of an Ontario transfer payment funding agreement between Her Majesty Queen and Right of Ontario as represented by the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing, here and after referred to as the province, and the Municipal Corporation, the Township of Killarney, Richards, here and after referred to as the recipient.
All those in favor? That's carried. First reading, council short,
Bylaw 09/2022.
discussion. Second reading, council short, please.
Bylaw 09/2022.
Discussion. Motion for third.
Moved by Brian Kowski, second by Ted Brown, motion for third reading of bylaw 09/2022.
All those in favor? It's carried. Third reading short.
Bylaw 09/2022. So it's there.
Two places.
Two places.
Okay. Let's start in bylaw 10/2022, please.
Moved by Brian Kowski, second by Ted Brown, motion for first and second reading of bylaw number 10/2022, being a bylaw to authorize vote by mail for municipal elections.
All those in favor? Carried. First reading, council short.
Bylaw 10.
That was the last one, right? Yeah, okay. Yes. Do we have the third reader yet? No, that's right. Yeah, okay, but we're not finished. I said, are we finished? You said yes. No, we need third.
Yes.
Motion for third, please.
Moved by Ted Brown, second by Brian Kowski, motion for third reading of bylaw 10/2022.
All those in favor? It's carried. Third reading, Council Short, please.
5/10/2022.
This one?
Yes.
All right, let's move on then to unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? John, any unfinished business? Any unfinished business?
No.
Okay. New business? Any new business? Oh. Okay. I want to thank the public very much. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We are going in close. We'll have the motion read. I want to thank you. We will probably be in for about an hour and then we'll be coming out. So good evening, and again, thank you for joining us. And John, sorry, we're gonna have to let you go because you're not allowed in camera session when you're at home.
Thank you. Good.
Thank you. Okay, let's have the motion. Well, you should let, oh yes, yeah, you should read it when they can hear.
Moved by Debbie Kaplinski, second by Ted Brown, be it resolved by council move into a closed meeting pursuant to section 239 of the Municipal Act 2001 is amended for the following reasons. Personnel matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or local board.
All those in favor? Carried. Okay, so Dean, you can start. Now, wait till she turns away.